The Yamashita Standard is enshrined in the Geneva Convention, to which Australia is a signatory. It says simply, quote, "A commander may be held accountable for crimes," there it is on your screen, "committed by his troops, even if he did not order them, did not know about them, or did not have the means to stop them." So that means the highest ranking officer is accountable for and should be prosecuted and convicted of the crimes of every officer and soldier under his command, even if he or she is unaware of that crime. How clear is that? So, during the 11 years our army was in Afghanistan, I could list the senior commanders, but one of them was Campbell, the Chief of the Defence Force. So according to the Yamashita Standard, Campbell is just as guilty as a convicted soldier. General Campbell is now Chief of the Defence Force. He wants to strip soldiers of their Distinguished Service Awards, but he was Commander of the Middle East operations in 2011, Joint Task Force 633, when some of the alleged Special Forces atrocities and the alleged murder of some of the 39 prisoners or civilians are alleged to have occurred. So what's the fate of these two generals? General Yamashita, he was not accused, a Japanese general, accused of personally committing any crime 10 days before the American invasion of the Philippines. Nor could it be proven that he knew of the atrocities committed by anybody under his command. But General Yamashita was condemned as a war criminal and hanged on February 23, 1946. What of General Campbell, the Defence Force Chief, who wants to remove awards from soldiers who held command positions in the Afghanistan war? He's been exonerated in the Brereton Report. Why? He was too remote from the field operations to have a sufficient degree of command and control. Not is only this utterly against the principles of the Yamashita Standard, but why then was Campbell awarded and wears the Distinguished Service Cross for his role in the Middle East, including Afghanistan? And he wears the Infantry Combat Badge. And his citation reads, "For distinguished command and leadership in action as Commander Joint Task Force 633 on Operation Slipper from January 2011 to December 2011. Is my brain failing me? Campbell receives awards for leadership and command of operations while able to deny any knowledge of those operations. This beggars belief. As one of my correspondents wrote to me, Sergeant Schultz in Hogan's Heroes. He's obviously not a comedy character after all. Ignore reality and scapegoat everyone else. Bring in General Campbell. If Campbell wants to treat our special men who went to war in this threatening and disgraceful way, then the Defence Minister Richard Marles must hold Campbell to the Yamashita Standard, upheld by the US Supreme Court, embedded in the Geneva Convention, to which we are a signatory, that a commander is accountable for crimes committed by his troops, even if he did not order them. If the two-bob General Campbell, starched shirts and medals readily displayed, wants to punish our troops who put their lives on the line, then the Government of Australia, a signatory to the Yamashita Standard, must see that Campbell cops the same treatment that he's dishing out to our soldiers. And how credible, therefore, is the Brereton Report? Throw our soldiers under the bus, but all those generals and brigadiers allegedly in command in Afghanistan keep their Distinguished Service Crosses. Brereton wants you to believe they weren't in command at all. The Defence Force have a reputation as cover-up merchants. Richard Marles, the Defence Minister, seems a decent man. The Defence Chief Campbell should be sacked and submitted to the same humiliating treatment as he now wants to dish out to his soldiers.